Hey guys, I'm a health visitor in England. Let's talk early rising. This is the second part to my series of the sleep diaries. The first episode I covered teaching your baby to self-settle without leaving them to cry. And this one is going to be about trying to prevent early rising. So this is aimed more at 1+, so more heading towards toddlers and children. First things first, we want to rule out that coldness isn't waking your child, light isn't waking your child, and noise isn't waking your child. So 4 a.m. is partly the coldest part of the night, apart from in the summer. So I suggest either having a warm enough sleep sack, you can get them up to the age of 4 years old, or putting socks on them because they can push the blankets off of them. Having blackout blinds, making sure there's no light peeping in because light is going to wake your child. And if there are certain noises like cars starting at that time outside, or the rubbish bins coming, or even you guys disturbing them, maybe consider having white noise on to drown any other noise out. Now let's get into the other reasons as to why sometimes children rise early. Toddlers go through massive developmental changes, and this does impact their sleep. Sometimes if they're in the middle of toilet training, sometimes they wake up and then they want to use the toilet rather than using their nappy. This may sound crazy, but later bedtimes do tend to cause earlier rising. And then this is where it gets complicated. So too much sleep in the day can cause early rising, and too little sleep in the day can cause early rising due to overtiredness. Also, if they sleep or have a nap an hour after waking, and this is why I say it's more from the age of 1, but if they have a nap an hour after waking, this can be kind of an extension of the night. So what we want to see is you starting to extend that nap, ideally past the time of midday. So all of these things can contribute to causing early rising. So melatonin is the natural sleep hormone that we start to release from around 6 p.m. till around 2 to 4 a.m. And this hormone is what makes us fall asleep naturally. It's usually triggered by being in the dark or dusk. And if your child is overtired, which builds up throughout the day, they produce a hormone called cortisol. And cortisol, after around midnight to 2 a.m, where our melatonin is it's around 2 a.m, starting to slow down, it acts as caffeine and it, ding, wakes them up. Which is why we tend to say making sure that they go to bed early enough and to prevent overtiredness and to prevent undertiredness, making sure that nap gap before bedtime is long enough to ensure they've built up enough sleep pressure. I would also want to be looking at how they're able to get to sleep at bedtime, whether they're needing that same sleep support to get back to sleep if they wake in the night. I'd be encouraging parents to treat wake-ups before 6 a.m. or whatever time suitable for you as nighttime. So I would recommend getting a toddler clock, like the grow clock, and sticking to when the sun comes up on the clock, that is when it's morning time, and that is when you can come out of your bedroom. Making sure that their bedrooms are nice and safe so that they can keep themselves occupied, but treat it as nighttime. I'm already 3 minutes in and there is so much I can talk about nap gaps and overtired and undertired, but I'll have to do it for another video. So please ask your questions below and I'll try and answer as many as I can.